everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by, and welcome to today's video. I feel like I have not made a video, like a sit down talking about makeup video in forever, because it has been forever. To be quite honest, I haven't been wearing a lot of makeup because we're in the middle of some COVID issues. So all I've been doing is putting on makeup from here on up. So I haven't been wearing a lot of makeup, so there's not a ton of like favorites videos I can make, recommendations. I haven't been purchasing too much makeup lately. I've been really into buying stuff for the house. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. But for today's video, I was actually just sitting here doing my makeup, and usually when I do my makeup and I'm just sitting here, I watch YouTube. So as I was watching YouTube, I realized that Samantha March had made a tag video for eyeshadow palettes, and it's called the eyeshadow palette makeup tag, I think she called it. So pretty much they're 12 questions, I believe, and you just have to kind of answer them based on your makeup collection, your eyeshadow collection. And if you've been here for a little bit, which also welcome to all 300 of you, I'm so excited to have 300 subscribers now. If you know anything about me, if you've been seeing any of my videos before this quarantine hit, I love eyeshadow. I love wearing eyeshadow. I love buying eyeshadow. I love talking about eyeshadow. Eyeshadow is my favorite part of my makeup. So when I saw that there was a tag for this, I couldn't pass it up and I wanted to join in. I might be a little late to this because I don't even know when the first video came out from Samantha March and Allie Glines, which I will link below. But pretty much everyone that I watch, Jessica Braun, Mandy Lee, Emily Noel, everyone has made this video, and I just had to join. Okay, so I have a little pile right over here of eyeshadow palettes that I want to share with you, and I want to answer and play along with this tag. So if you have a small little channel like me and you create a video just like this one, or a tag, whatever we want to call it, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to watch it. But if you enjoy, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and let's go ahead and get right into it. So first up, we got my newest eyeshadow palette, and this one was a little hard because right when this whole like shelter in place kind of kicked into place, I bought a ton of eyeshadow palettes. I don't know why. I just went on an eyeshadow rampage. Shopping makes me feel better, I've realized, and that made me feel better. And since I wasn't spending a lot of time home just yet, I, went to makeup and bought a bunch. So anyways, we don't have to talk about it. We don't have to judge each other. But my newest eyeshadow palette is this one right here. And this is the ColourPop collaboration with Disney, the Mulan eyeshadow palette. And this one I had originally purchased. Also, don't pay attention to my nails. My nails are having a rough day today. Probably should have done it for this video, but we didn't. So I'll just play with this hand. So this is the eyeshadow palette that I recently purchased. I love it. I think it's beautiful. It's a perfect neutral kind of palette. It's more of a smoky palette. I feel like you would not probably get very light looks out of it, but I just had to have it. I thought, this palette was so pretty. I love Disney everything. So whenever ColourPop releases, Disney stuff, I have to have them. And some of these shades are just so pretty. I mean, look at those shades. I don't know if you guys will be able to see them, but they're just so pretty. Originally, I bought this palette so I can make a review on it, but like I said, I haven't been wearing much makeup, so that did not happen. But I have worn it, and I love it. I think it's so pretty. ColourPop formula is amazing, so I just knew I had to have it. And of course, the outer packaging is gorgeous as well. So up next, for my oldest eyeshadow palette, it's going to be this Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. I feel like this palette has come up on so many people's videos already for different reasons. My reasoning on this one right now is that this is my oldest palette. I've had it for a very long time. I still love it. I don't use it as much anymore. I don't use it as much currently anymore. Does that make sense? I don't think that's proper English. Because I have so many eyeshadow palettes that I love as well. I still love this one. This one, I believe, is the older one, because I think the newer one has something different in the back, or maybe this is the newer one. I don't know. I don't remember. But I do like it. I think it's really good. I feel like some are kind of repetitive colors within it. I wish it would have had a little bit more variety. But nonetheless, I still love it. And yeah, this is my oldest palette. All right, so up next, I'm going to show you my most expensive palette. Now, for this one, I don't purchase super expensive palettes like the Natasha Denona, Pat McGrath, all that. I've never bought one of those. I wanted to and been very close to purchasing one, but I have not purchased one yet. But a lot of my expensive palettes would be like Dominique Cosmetics, Anastasia Beverly Hills, but they're all around the same price, so it was hard to choose this one. However, what I did is I chose the most expensive palette for what you get, and for that I come up with this one right here, and this is the NARS, I always forget the name, Voyager eyeshadow palette in suede. And this one is so tiny, like I don't know if you guys will be able to see how tiny it is. It's so small for the price. These retail for $36 or something like that. I think for the amount of product you get, this is expensive, which is why I'm categorizing it as my most expensive palette. This is beautiful. I am so happy that I bought it. I feel like this is like your perfect travel little eyeshadow. When I've gone places and I've traveled, I've taken this with me because it's like a no-brainer. You just pull it out. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to think about it, and you come up with a look super quick. The colors in it are like super everyday type of shades. So, so beautiful. And yeah, this will be my most expensive palette. Up next, I have my most affordable palette, and I feel like a lot of people have chose this already for obvious reasons, and it's the e.l.f. Bite Size eyeshadow palette. Are they calling it palette? Eyeshadow. And this is, or quad, or whatever you want to call it. This is in truffles. I have two other ones. This is my favorite out of all the ones that I've purchased for this color right here. And it's so beautiful. It's like a perfect cool tone, kind of like, I don't know, shimmer kind of shade. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but it's just so, so pretty. And I just love using that shade right there. So that, to me, it makes this palette worth it. But yeah, this is going to be my what was the question? My cheapest, my most affordable eyeshadow palette. All right, up next we have my everyday eyeshadow palette, and it would have to be the ColourPop Going Coconuts palette. This is so pretty. I almost didn't pick this up when it came out, but then I started seeing everybody raving about it, and I just had to have it, had to try it, and I'm so happy that I did. This shade right here, the Cocoa Crush, is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, this shade is so pretty. I truly love this palette. I feel like it's just your perfect everyday. It's nothing like any other one I have. I know it looks so simple and so basic, but it just really isn't. It's so special, and I feel like ColourPop does such a good job doing this neutral palette. I truly love it, and it has a mirror, and it's only $12. Up next, we have my most colorful palette, and this one was kind of hard because I have quite a few different colorful palettes in my collection. Like, I have another one I'm going to show you guys in a little bit. I have this one that is coming up. I have the Festival palette. And I'm sure I have a few other ones that I can't think of right now. So I have quite a few different colorful palettes because I like colorful eyeshadow. But I would have to say this one here is my favorite, and it was a limited edition. It's the Morphe Artistry palette, and I believe this one came out for Pride last year, and I don't think it's available anymore, but this has to be my favorite colorful eyeshadow palette. The colors are so beautiful. I feel like they're all super different from each other. You get everything you need. You get your black, your white, and you get everything in between. And this shadow right here, it's so beautiful. The Liberation, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I haven't used this in a while because I haven't used that colorful of eyeshadow. I should have used it today. I don't know why I didn't, but it's so beautiful. I love this palette, and unfortunately, I don't think it's available anymore. But if you picked it up, let me know how much you love it. So up next, we're going to have a repeat, and it's for my smallest palette. Of course, that goes to the e.l.f. bite-size palette. This thing, it's so tiny, so small, perfect for travel, your perfect size, little bite-size, little eyeshadow palette. So that's my smallest little palette. Now let me put it in perspective with my largest one. Up next, here we have my largest palette. Yeah. This one here is by Morphe as well, and it's the Dare to Create 39A eyeshadow palette. And this one was one of my favorite palettes for the longest time. It has a ton of different colors, a ton of different shades, so much to choose from. I created a video a while back with this one creating, I think, 4 different looks or something like that. I'll link it below. Don't go watch it. It's not that good. But yeah, I love this palette. It's so pretty. It has everything you could possibly need. I believe it was a limited edition when it came out, but they brought it back, and I think it's permanent now, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll link it, everything that I'm talking about below, of course. But yeah, so the idea is that you kind of can stay within these families right here and create a look. The middle ones are like your crease shades, and you could create a look with this palette alone. And I've done that, and I think it's so beautiful. It's so pretty. However, because it's so large, I don't reach for it very often anymore. But I do love it. I would recommend it. I feel like it's a great gift for somebody that loves playing with eyeshadow. It's affordable as well. All right, up next, we have another repeat. And this one is for my Best Memory eyeshadow palette. And that will have to go to the Jaclyn Hill palette. And the only reason why I have such great memories with this palette is this one is what kind of got me into YouTube. Originally, I went onto YouTube looking for a tutorial to cover up my under eye darkness, because I have a lot of under eye darkness, and sometimes I can get a little bit self-conscious about it because it makes me feel a little dead. So I went online to see what type of videos it'd be, and I found a ton. And then I thought, let's see what kind of videos I can find with this palette, because I thought, well, if there's concealers, maybe I'll find something for this one. I had no idea what the YouTube world was for beauty. Nothing. So when I went online to look up tutorials or something with Jaclyn Hill palette, I found Kathleen Lights. She was my second YouTuber that I ever started watching, fun fact, and she had made a video with this palette, showing like a tutorial, I think it was, or something like that. So that's what kind of got me into YouTube, and what made me find so many great people that now I watch. So I don't know, this kind of has like a special memory attached to it in that sense, that this is what kind of got me super into YouTube. And without this, I wouldn't have found probably Kathleen Lights, and I probably would have never even found YouTube or started doing YouTube. So yeah, up next we have Worth the Hype. And this eyeshadow palette for me is definitely, and was definitely, worth the hype. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills in collaboration with Jackie Aina. This eyeshadow palette is so freaking beautiful. Look at all these shades. I love this palette. I didn't think I was gonna pick it up. I actually had convinced myself not to pick it up because I figure, yeah, I have similar shades, I don't need this. But everyone started to include it in their monthly favorites. Everybody started talking about it, saying that it was so good. One of the best formulas from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I knew it was limited edition. I believe you can still find it in some sites, and it goes on sale pretty often now, because I'm assuming they're trying to get rid of it. So if you like this type of shades, I would highly recommend that you go pick it up, because it's so good. I did pick this one up on sale when I got it, but it's gorgeous. I love it. It has such unique shades. I love the combination. The colors are so rich and deep, and you can get a super subtle look, but you can also get a super smoky look out of this, and this was definitely 100% worth the hype. On the other end, not worth the hype, is this one here. This is by BH Cosmetics, Take Me Back to Brazil. I bought this because so many people were recommending it, saying that this one was one of the best colorful eyeshadow palettes. Now, I feel like this one was one of the first eyeshadow palettes to come out, which is why so many people were recommending it, because there wasn't that many available back then. But I bought it, and I don't agree that this is one of the best. I think the formula is okay. I don't know if they changed the formula. Maybe they did. But I don't think this was worth the hype. And it makes me very sad because I love colorful eyeshadow palettes. Like, those are the shades that I come with. And this just wasn't worth the hype. I mean, I guess if you're looking for an entry palette to colors, this would be good. But I feel like there are so many other ones out there that are just better. So this one was sadly not worth the hype. Okay, up next we have a favorite palette from a favorite brand. And I gotta say, my favorite eyeshadow palette brand is definitely ColourPop. They make such good eyeshadow. I know they come out with so many, and I know so many people hate that and they get irritated. But to me, because I love eyeshadow, I get excited about all the ones they come out with. So I was going to talk about this one until I found out that it had been discontinued. So I'm just going to do an honorable mention, but I have another one. So my favorite eyeshadow palette from my favorite brand would have to be the Dream Street palette with Kathleen Lights and ColourPop. I don't know why they discontinued this. This here is, I feel like, a perfect palette. It's so beautiful. It has your everyday type of shades, plus a pop of coral and a blue. I don't know why they would discontinue this. ColourPop, why would you do this? I don't understand. This is a beautiful palette. Maybe it wasn't selling as much. I purchased this for a giveaway. I've purchased this for gifts. I think this is such a good entry every day. Even if you don't like wearing eyeshadow, you can always just, you know, pop a few of these colors, make it super easy. The formula is amazing. And this is one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes, but it's discontinued. So my second favorite is this one, which is another collaboration with Kathleen Lights. This is the So Jaded eyeshadow palette, but this is the one that they came out with 30 eyeshadow colors included in it. This was the first one that they ever made. Now they have, I think, 2 other ones. And this one is so beautiful as well. I love, 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 love this eyeshadow palette. It's what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I kind of just played with it and just put some purples on there. I think it's gorgeous, beautiful, has so many different options to play with. It's a little bit more on the warm tone, I would say, kind of palette. So if you're into cool tones, I don't know how much you would like this, but I love this. I love warm tones. I love reds, blues, purples. I just love this eyeshadow palette, and I feel like they did a great job. Also, the packaging is gorgeous, and since I was one of the first people to purchase it, or the first 100 or whatever, I got mine signed. So that's extra special. Okay, so then last but not least, we have my most used eyeshadow palette. And keep in mind, I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes, so I kind of go through, I like to switch out my eyeshadow palettes a lot so that I can use them all evenly. So I don't think I have one that I've used like a ton, like I've hit pound on them. I don't have any like that, just because I play back and forth with all of them because I like to get my money's worth. So if I had to choose one that I've used the most, it would have to be the Dominique Latte palette. This one is so pretty. It has a mirror. And this is what the inside looks like right here. So this one is your everyday type of palette. It's so beautiful. Her shimmers are amazing. And I mean amazing. Like, you can use these as a highlight if they suit your skin tone. All these shimmers, oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. All her colors are just so pretty. I pretty much purchased all the ones that she's come out with except her recent Latte 2. I don't have that one. I do want to purchase it. But I haven't yet. But yeah, this would have to be my most used palette. I feel like it's so beautiful, and I truly love it. All right, and then I have 2 more that I saw Jessica Braun add to it. I'm not sure if she's the one that made that up, but I have the most that I think is, of course, they're all the ones that I think, the most underrated eyeshadow palette, and it would have to be the Flower Jungle Lights eyeshadow palette. This thing is so gorgeous, and I've only heard, I think, Kathleen Lights and Coffee Break with Danny talk about this. That's it. Nobody else has ever talked about it. It hasn't gotten much hype, and I don't get why. I believe this was limited edition, but look, I'm barely putting my finger in these, like barely. Look what it will do. Look at these colors right there. Oh my gosh, they are so metallic, so beautiful. I am obsessed with this palette. I want to put it on every time I do a look. I'm probably gonna pop it on top of the eyeshadow that I have right now, just because I love my shimmers, I love my glitter, and this is so beautiful. I think it's like $19. I hope it's still available. I hope it's still available, because I'm gonna cry if it's not, because this is gorgeous, and I feel like it was so underrated. I feel like it came out and nobody even noticed that it came out. I don't know. It was so weird. I picked it up because Coffee Break with Danny was talking about it, saying that it was beautiful. And then after I had it, Kathleen Lights started talking about it, and I believe she made it sell out, but I don't know if it ever came back in stock. So, and then for my last category would be a eyeshadow palette that's discontinued, no longer available. I just talked about it. It's this one right here, the Dream Street palette. I'm so sad that this is no longer available and discontinued, and this should have been stayed as permanent and never been discontinued. Why ColourPop? Why you gotta do? All right, so that completes today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys found it interesting and distracting. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think. If you want to answer any of these questions or leave me your favorite palette, your everyday palette, anything like that in the comments below, I would truly appreciate it. I would love to know what your picks are, and if you make this video, please let me know. I'd love to go watch it, but I'll link my favorite videos that I've seen with this tag below in case you guys want to watch any other ones. But other than that, that's going to be it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, I hope you give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next video.